All right, here we go. I made it on time today. Zoom didn't give me too much of an issue. Anyway, it is August 15th here. I'm sure a lot of you guys got the notice from working live about your Zoom accounts. So a lot of people are in a bit of a peril over that, not knowing what that all meant and all that. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with working live, but they lost their contract with Zoom. And since the beginning, I've been trying to get that contract. So I don't know if this might loosen up the reins. I don't think they're going to give it to me, but I'm still trying. In the meanwhile, you have a Zoom account. It is just through them. And this is only applies to you if you went through Working Live to get your Zoom account. They had an incredible deal for like 12 bucks a month where you got the enterprise version of Zoom, which if you got that outside of that deal, you would have paid quite a bit of money for it. So it was an incredible savings going through them to get your Zoom. But now that era has come to an end. They've lost that account. So they no longer have the ability to sell Zoom under their own brand. So for those of you that got the notice, all it really means is if you do not have a payment method in place for your Zoom account is going to get deactivated. So obviously, if you've got a bunch of files and stuff in there, you don't want that to happen. So all you really have to do is go to Zoom and select any plan and just get a paid plan. Use the same email address. This is key. Do not use a different email address or it's not going to reattach to the same account. So just use the same email account that you used to sign up through Working Live. And if you guys didn't do this, if you didn't go through Working Live, this isn't pertinent to you. It doesn't, has no meaning, no bearing. But if you did, it's very pertinent and you want to make sure you at least before the end of the month, I don't know what their cutoff date was, but it was
It's the
somewhere.
31st of August.
Okay, so the end of this month, before that date, make sure you go to Zoom and make sure it's zoom.us and make sure you have a paid Zoom account so you don't lose access.
John, do you know if we are gonna keep our same little Zoom, uh, you know, link or, the number that we have?
I believe you will. I,
Okay.
I don't think that's going to change
Okay.
because it really is the same account. Like when we switched from Zoom over to Working Live, there was no change. It was the same account. All it had to do was like it took your ownership where you owned the account and it moved it over to Working Live owning the account. That was the only difference. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to move it back under your own ownership. You'll be paying the bill directly to Zoom every month.
Do you know if Working Live's going to give us a refund for those of us who paid for the next year?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, because that's the heading. That's like I just a month ago paid for a year.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
gee.
No, I would imagine they do that automatically because remember when we moved over, anybody that had paid for Zoom for the year, they that automatically got refunded or prorated, moved forward. So
Until this goes on, all right. You just get a month with Zoom, all right. Do you know of anything new that's coming down the line, or?
I do. I haven't really had a chance to look at what Working Live is putting in place. My intuition tells me it's probably not something you would want, but
Does it you know me, or is it no?
I have not. I haven't really vetted that one out yet. But just from first glance, I'd say, yeah, I personally would probably just stick with Zoom. Zoom is lower. I think they've lowered their prices too. I think their price for the regular Zoom now is only, I think it's like 19.95 a month.
Yeah, but I don't think we get the webinar and everything. Like we had webinar package and everything with that. Oh, we don't get that
That
anymore.
That is correct. Because
It's
what
an
you got,
add-on now. It's some other program they have that they're
yeah,
offering you.
it always was when through Zoom, the webinar was always an add-on. A lot of the stuff that we, got to enjoy through working live was because it was an enterprise version. They got a big enterprise version package and they were able to sell sub accounts. So that's what we got through them was those sub accounts. And that's what I'm trying to work on to get that myself, but I don't think I'm going to be able to come up with the volume. They had the volume through Be Connected, and when Be Connected kind of didn't take the trajectory that they thought it was going to, they lost momentum, and I think they just didn't come up with the sales numbers. So I would probably have an issue with that too. They're looking for, big enterprise accounts with that.
Mm.
So the other one that I've kind of been looking at and playing with, and I think it's really cool, is called Meetin. And let me see, I've got a link for it here.
John, I think that the concern for me, and I'm sure whether it's meeting or treading or whatever it is, that I mean, everybody knows Zoom, everybody knows how to do Zoom, because
Yeah,
otherwise they can use Google Meet
Well,
or something, but it's like something that's like a no-brainer for somebody to do.
well,
yeah,
Zoom integrates with everything. I don't know if you have like calendar, your calendar systems,
Yeah,
Kartra. Zoom integrates with all of that.
it
A lot of
does.
these new ones don't.
Right, right.
yeah,
So it's just easy to do that. So anyway,
yeah. I would
not like,
honestly, I'm going to stick with Zoom for all my meetings, all my calendar integrations, all the stuff that I've always used it for. I rarely used it for webinars. I think in the last 2 years, I probably used it twice for a webinar. And I just never used all those advanced features that we were getting for free. So it's not really going to affect me much.
Mhm.
The price that I'm going to pay directly through Zoom's only, a couple dollars more a month. So it's not really that big a deal. But I'll put in the chat, I'll put the link for Meetin. And the cool thing about Meetin, it might be a good solution instead of paying the price for Zoom webinars, which you probably don't need. You might look at this if you're going to do a bunch of webinars, because in the webinar space, I think this has a lot cooler features than Zoom does. And one of the features for Meetin is its ability for you to push links and banners and stuff right directly into the meeting screen. Like right now, if you want to put a link, you got to put it in chat, just like I just did. And some people struggle with that. They can't get the chat window open or even find it and all that. Whereas with Meetin, it's a branded window. It's got your company name at the top, it's got your logo, it's got your colors, and then you can push buttons right onto the screen that they just click. So if you're doing meetings or webinars, that might be a really cool feature for you, especially when it comes time for the call to action. Instead of making them, type in a long URL, you could just say, hey, click the button on your screen and let's get to the program. Let's get you ordered and in the system. So
I think
that's
I think yeah, when I had Webinar Jam, I think Webinar Jam had that too, but
yeah. Yeah. And
the
speaking of
Kartra comes.
Webinar Jam, Kartra has webinars built in if you're on the second tier.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's in the first tier now.
But there's also like I use StreamYard for my podcast. StreamYard has a version of that that can be used that way.
Okay.
Well,
So there's a lot of options. You really just need to kind of look at what you are doing and what your needs are. And I think for probably almost everybody, if you just flip it over and just activate a Zoom account, I think you're going to be good to go. If you were doing webinars and you were using some of the advanced features in the enterprise version of Zoom, then you might have some other things to consider. But I think most of you were just using Zoom for the for the Zoom, And if that's the case, just go over to zoom.us, sign up for an account, use the same email, and you should be good to go. So any other questions about that one?
No, you answered mine, I think.
Did anyone freak out as much as I did when you got that email?
I did.
John,
I think I sent you a text the second I got it. I was like, what the heck?
I had already seen it.
John, I signed up through Working Live, but I have not received any emails. And so
Oh,
just searching for something, maybe landed in spam or something, couldn't find it. Went into my account looking for any kind of a notification within the Zoom account. Can't see anything. So
Yeah, there's no notifications inside of Zoom, and if you go to Working Live's page, there's no notifications that they're still like Working Live's still selling it.
yeah.
oh.
That's interesting.
Mm.
Because I talked to John over there and they lost it. So unless something happened in like the last few days and he recovered it, as far as I know, it's gone. I'll check on it again.
I think I got a second email yesterday. So yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Was it from Zoom or was it from Working
From
Live?
Zoom. From mine came from Zoom, Michelle. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one from Working Live, but I also got one from Zoom. And I got another one today.
Well,
So,
I didn't get one today. I'm actually gonna pull it up and
yeah, I think I deleted it, but
Well, I didn't delete mine because I haven't done it yet. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's something I better do.
can I share the screen, John? I'll show everybody what the email is.
yeah,
Or you got
yeah,
it now?
sure.
Yeah,
Go
sure.
for it.
Uh,
The one I got from Working Live actually had their version where they were trying to pitch you on it,
oh yeah.
and
I
it
didn't
had
get this
the
one.
actual link to
Mm.
go to Zoom to get a new account.
Yeah, this is what I got from Zoom, and I get two of them because apparently my email's in there twice. But
I got two also.
yeah,
Yeah, I did as well.
but
Because I
So
have two different logins, so you
so
know.
you can take the number one option there, which was what I was talking about. Just go to
Yeah.
that link. That will take you to the Zoom window to choose which account you want,
Okay.
or you can contact them and they'll basically do the same thing for you.
okay.
If you have questions or whatever, they can handle that. But
And you don't think there's any possibility that Working Live is going to work this out? So like, don't wait till the last minute. Just go do it now.
yeah, I mean, if they do work it out, you can always flip it back. But I mean, this is coming directly from Zoom and they're talking about Working Live directly here. So, bolded, you must take action prior to August 31st is pretty,
Yeah, that's what scared me when I seen that.
pretty
Yeah.
telling.
And the
Pretty
first thing
telling
I
that they
did,
lost.
the first thing I did was I went into it and I look at this to see, okay, where's the email coming from?
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm like, on the Mac, I have the ways to check the link. All right, to see. I'm like, okay, is it a scam link? Is it because I
Yeah.
get all kinds of weird stuff all the time. I'm like, are they trying to scam me? So I opened it up in a sandbox to see, and I'm like, well, I guess so.
No, I think it's for real. I think this one's for real.
Not that I'm a skeptical guy or anything.
Yeah, yeah. So not that we wanted this to happen, but anyway, if and again, this is only if you got your Zoom account through Working Live. If you didn't, this is irrelevant to you. But if you did, you need to go to Zoom and create a new account before the end of the month, or you'll potentially lose your data. So if that is of concern, I would encourage you to go sign up.
So when I click it, I go in Zoom and I click it to buy that new plan.
Mhm.
It gives me a thing. You are currently on a paid plan with Working Live. Contact Working Live.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
Interesting. Well,
Again, I guess I'll just share it and let you see it, John.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's see
Yeah,
what you got.
That's what I got.
You got, Tim. That's it?
That's the page I went to when I tried to go into Zoom to the
Oh,
page.
brother.
All right, now I went back to this is my main page.
Use the link out of the email to go there.
That's
Did you
what I
get that?
did. The link on the email took me to there.
Because when I used the link in the email, it took me to the page to actually purchase the account through Zoom.
Hold on, watch. I'm going to click it again. And it takes me into my meetings.
Wow.
Well, no, go back to the actual email itself.
I clicked that from the email and that's what it opened up.
Okay.
Opens up to my meetings.
Oh my gosh.
And then go to pricing.
So that's what, and that's what I did. I went to pricing,
Right there,
pick the plan,
1249.
and that's what it does.
Okay. So we
Ah.
may need to contact support then.
Okay.
I
Can
haven't
you
gone
copy
that
that
far.
email, Tim? That support at Working Live. Can you put that in the chat for us? Thank you.
I will.
So in essence, really, you just need to log into your existing Zoom account and see if you can go to prices and plans. And if not, we need to contact them. And the support number is right there at the top of the Zoom page. It's that 888-799-0125. So
I love your comment, Jim. Yes. Jim and I are chatting privately.
so just what we needed to start our August off with, right? A Zoom problem.
Well, I mean, it's not a problem. It's a problem if you can't get another account opened up. But I mean, yeah, for me, it's like it's not like it's a big difference in price. It's not. There's features, but I'm not using those features, so I don't care.
Yeah. So
You
that
just want to make sure and have the same account number. So in case you
Yeah.
have like
I don't keep
internet
any of my recordings in there,
dominators.
so it isn't going to affect people like me. I don't keep my recordings in there. All my recordings are taken off of Zoom. I don't keep them there. I keep them on my own servers. Matter of fact, I just bought another one of these boxes to add more drives to the place here.
Speaking of that, I would probably encourage you also to download any videos you've got in there just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case this isn't a smooth transaction. And like Tim said, I don't store videos in there. I usually either move them into Kartra or onto YouTube or whatever. So I don't reference videos that are stored in there. But if you do, that would be a good thing to preserve those. Make sure you download them before this all happens at the end of the month. And just one more time for anybody that just hopped on, we're talking about anyone that purchased Zoom last year through Working Live. They've lost their contract with Zoom. So you have to go back to Zoom to reactivate your account. And if you don't do it before the end of the month, you're going to be starting over. Anything you had in your Zoom account will be lost. So not the end of the world, but if you've got stuff in there, get it off before this happens. And then just
on Zoom,
re-sign
when
up.
John,
Yeah.
with Zoom, what I do is when I get done, it asks me where I want to, and I download it onto my computer. So I
Mhm.
don't leave anything on Zoom. And
Yeah.
then on my computer, then I have all my things and I date it and I have who the instructor was or whatever, what the topic is. So I can go down and I got the date and everything. So it's real easy to just put it on your computer. I don't
Yeah.
keep anything on Zoom because you never know. If something happens, it's like, then it's gone.
Yeah. So that is what I would recommend. All right. So moving on. Anybody have any other topics you want me to hit or? should we-
I had a question about the quantum.
Okay. That was where we're going
So-
next anyway.
Oh, good. And hopefully some of the good news is, okay, so I did a video.
Before you get off to quantum, John, I have a quick question. The US government passed a thing where if you don't go back in, if you have a company that's registered with any state agency, if it was like started this year, you have to do it within 30 days of starting your company. And if the company is older than a year, you have till the end of this year, but it's like a $500 a day fine if you don't register. But under these new, basically, we want to make sure we're looking up your skirt to make sure that nothing untoward is going on. It's a registration, anti-money laundering, anti-spam, and it's a really big deal. It's really important. I was wondering if you had any more information on it.
Yes, they call it the BOIR, and that stands for Beneficial Ownership Information Report. You are required to file that. I believe I got the information from Teresa Cherry. I don't know if she is on the call today or not, but she's our in-house, not accountant, but our in-house advisor for anything that has to do with taxes. So it's that report. You can go online, you can file it very easily. It's pretty simple. But yeah, it's just another form of extortion from the government to get you to do ridiculous things.
Yeah, well, my concern was it's a huge, huge penalty, and it's a daily kind of thing. And if you're not aware of it, and you only incorporated or LLC'd in the last 30 days, you're past that thing, and they could come back after you. The only people that are better is if it's been over a year, and seeing as how I've been around 10 years, it's not a big deal. But the people,
so 5 years, 10 years, Richard, then how long do we have to do it?
Yeah, if you've been in, you have, I think, till the end of the year. But if you just filed, you have to do it within 30 days. And I think when you file now, you get that notice on the filing, so it's not a big deal. You're already notified of it. When you do your initial filings now, you get the notice right away that, hey, you have 30 days to take care of this report. And basically it's for any entity that has a bank account, they want to know who owns it. And for whatever reason, I guess with some legal structure on companies, that information can be hidden. Well, they don't want it hidden anymore. So they're just making everybody do it.
Is this a Joe and Kamala thing, or is this a Nancy Pelosi? What's the guy's?
I don't know. I try and stay out of the political arena. I don't know who's behind it. It's our fabulous government, though. I can just tell you that.
No, it's whoever it is, it's government, period. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, when you start out with BOIR, I was thinking of BOLOGNA for a minute. So
yeah, you're pretty close there.
yeah, really. Same concept, actually.
Today's comedy minute comes to you by Libby.
Okay, anyway, I was going to ask you about the quantum video. So I did a video, a little promo video, and I sent it to my email group, and I said, hey, what do y'all think? Video 1, video 2, basically to just get them all interested in what's going on. Overwhelmingly picked a certain one, which is fine. But the only voice I could pick was the only one that was even reasonable was Australian voice, and obviously I don't have an Australian voice and haven't traveled there lately, so I really would like to see, is there a way to upload my own voice?
We don't currently have a way to do that, but there's a ton of voices in there.
Oh yeah, I went through every single one. For
the male voice, I usually choose Adam on the
I
male.
know, but I'm going to be looking at a woman's voice.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, just yet, we don't have a way to upload your voice in there as of yet. But our dev team on this thing, they've got a whiteboard like you've never seen before.
I'll bet.
of advanced features that are in the works. So there's a lot of stuff coming.
Okay. Because that was unbelievable, the response that I got. We love it, but it's more authentic if you do it like, hello, I know, but do that.
One of the things that I found too is you got to turn the volume of the music way down.
Right.
Like down to like 10%, and then you turn the voice volume up to like 90% or 100%.
Yeah, that works. But so she just sounds even more Australian, actually. So
in your case, maybe
I said, listen, you guys, I've been traveling. I mean, just go with it, okay?
Oh, did they think it was supposed to be you?
Yeah, they all thought, how come we're not getting your voice? I mean, I couldn't believe it. I had to send out another email to everybody. I go, okay, this is why it was this way, because everybody's sending me a message back.
Oh God, tell them it's your new right hand.
Oh, yeah.
She's from Australia.
Yeah.
But
All
anyway,
right, so as long as you're working on it, that would be good.
yeah, we're working on a whole bunch of stuff for that. And that was one of the things I wanted to get some feedback on today.
Mhm.
I'm going to show you a bunch of new tools that we've just added over the last week.
Okay.
Very, very exciting stuff, especially for all of you here in ACT. I think I have finally solved the problem of what you've all been pulling your hair out for all these years.
Okay.
The actual implementation of ACT. This is going to blow your mind. So I'm going to share the screen here. Notice that we've got a few new tools in here. Like we start here. These are all new tools down here. And I've had a lot of people that struggled making a big idea. So we've got it in here now. But let's start with this one. Market segmenter. This is like where your journey should begin. When you're starting off a marketing campaign, you want to make sure that you're focused on the most profitable segment, right? I've been telling people this for years, and everybody, like, they guess at it or whatever. But very rarely, when I look at their campaign, do I think they're on the right track of marketing to the right person. And it starts with segmentation. So for instance, and this is the most simple tool you're ever going to see. All you do is just put in your specific market. Like you could put anything you want in here. You could put health and it would give you the submarkets. And then you could pick diet out of that and you get the submarkets. So I'm going to put in here like internet marketing. And you hit generate results. And what it does, it gives you the top 10 segments of whatever you put in there. I just put internet marketing. So it's going to give us the top 10 segments. Now, number one is going to be the most profitable, and it'll actually tell you why. Number 10 is going to be the least profitable of the list. So where do you think you should start your focus? You should probably start with the most profitable one, not the least. Oh, we got an error. Let me try that again. I thought that was taking a little bit too long. Our guys are doing a tremendous amount of work on this thing, so I apologize if you get errors like that, but just hit it again. And if it keeps doing it, then they've got something unhooked so they can test something or whatever. But let's hope it works so I can prove my point here once and for all that you go for the most profitable segment. Yeah, shit. Maybe this. Let me try refreshing. Internet marketing. I'll give it one more shot here. If not, we'll have to come back to it.
Or you could just try a different search. Or try like,
Oh, I don't think it has to do with that. It's the mechanism behind doing the functionality. When it comes up with an internal error like that, that basically means my guys are playing in the back end and not sandboxing it. Yeah. Like, let's say we put something else in here. Let's say we put SEO. We're probably going to get the same thing. It was interesting though, when I was playing with this and I actually put in SEO and the list that came back, guess what was the most profitable market to go after? It wasn't local businesses, guys. It was the one that I've been telling you about for years. It was those manufacturers that I always said were my favorite to deal with. said, this is the market you want to go for. So, and down at the bottom of the list. So, oh, here we go. Okay. So e-commerce. Oh, now this is interesting. This has got them backwards.
Well,
Nonprofit.
well, I
Okay.
wouldn't think that nonprofits would, if it's flipped, nonprofits wouldn't be first.
Yeah, no, something
They
that
know they don't have any money.
I got a sneaking suspicion my guys are playing in the back end because this isn't quite right. But anyway, what this came up with for SEO, it came up with, manufacturers. And then next down was corporate, and then e-commerce. Local business was way down the list. And last, this got it right. Nonprofits were at the end of the list. Education, startups. So this is close. Corporate enterprise. This should have come up number one.
Mhm.
But anyway, you kind of get the idea. Let's go back to internet marketing and see what that gets us. Hopefully it doesn't get us another error. Then I'll know they're really messing with me. They probably knew I was going to demonstrate internet marketing.
John, don't you think it may have taken into consideration the pool size in ranking all of them?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So
Corporate clients. Okay.
So here we go. So for internet marketing, you got corporate clients, e-commerce business, social media influencers. So if you were to focus on internet marketing, social media influencers, that would be, and if you think about it, that's where almost all of my sales come from. People
Wow.
that have lists. Small business, startups, individual entrepreneurs, educational, nonprofit, local business, and freelancers. So again, this is meant to rank this in like the most profitable order. So you can take this to the next step. And the next step is creating your buyer thing. But let's say we wanted to do social media. Let's try that, for instance. See what we get. So if you were in social media, again, you're going to try and figure out what market, what segment do I want to hit with this? Well, let's see what we get here. But this is a really cool thing to play with, just to see, like, it might come up with stuff you hadn't thought of before. So focusing on business brands, influencers, news and media outlets, adolescent, young adult, professional, mental health, senior citizens. That's about the last place you want to focus social media efforts, because they're not tech savvy.
And they don't care.
John, could you put in something like appointment-based businesses?
Oh, geez.
I don't know that that's
I
really
think
a
that's gonna be
market.
kind of broad.
That's not a market. So
Okay, how about like home services contractors?
we'll do home services. Because contractors would be one of the segments. And then in the next tool, where we take it to the build a buyer, you put in the market niche and then what you're going to sell them. And it will tell you who's the ideal buyer for that. Like high income homeowners, that would be a really good target market for home services. Real estate investors, busy professionals, eco-conscious consumers. Let's see who's last. Do-it-yourself enthusiasts. So that would be the last one you would shoot at.
So
So-
I'm a little puzzled as to what it means when it thinks of home services, because the high income homeowners are the consumers of home services. They are not the people who provide the home services.
Yes, and that's what this is giving you. It's giving you the consumer base. It's giving you, this is the market segment to market to.
Oh, okay.
So when we go for home services, these are the ideal client buckets. So if you were a home service provider, you would want to be looking at high income homeowners. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. That
John, is there a way to go to the next level? Like,
So
let's say internet marketing, and it comes up with business, like corporate businesses. And then
Yeah, so-
what kind of corporate businesses?
yeah, so let's do that and take it to the next step so you can really kind of see the methodology here. So we'll do the internet marketing again. Did I hit generate results?
No.
There we go. Okay. So
Whoops.
the idea here is just to get the segment. And Delilah, did you have a question about this?
Yeah, I was just thinking how specific I need to be. For example, if I'm teaching courses to crypto newbies as well as intermediate, would I say crypto investors, or would I say like how would I find the market segmenter for the courses that I offer?
So the idea here is to put the broad base, like your market.
Uh-huh.
So you would put like the crypto market.
Oh, so I just say crypto market.
Yeah, and then you see what it segments out. Like for internet marketing, we can see that enterprise business is the segment. That's the most profitable segment for internet marketing. So I'm just going to copy that. And now I'm going to take that over to the next step, which is build a buyer. So I'm going to go to the build a buyer and I'm going to put the market segment in here. And then I'm going to say, okay, what are we selling these guys? Enterprise business. So let's say we're going to sell them lead generation software. Now let's see what we get. And this is basically a 13-page prompt that is pre-structured for you, that all you need to tell it is the market segment and what you're selling them. And it's going to tell you who the buyer is, and it's going to get inside their head. And remember, I always ask you guys, what keeps them up at night? This is going to tell you what keeps them up at night. So our ideal buyer, John Anderson, 45. He's a seasoned executive at a large corporation overseeing the marketing and sales departments. He has strong background in business strategy, always looking for innovative ways to drive revenue and optimize team performance. So that's just a broad stroke about him. Now we get into his core problem: difficulty in consistently generating high quality leads that convert into profitable customer relationships. Here's the emotions around that: frustration, anxiety, hopelessness, overwhelm, desperation. What do you think we're going to hit him with the copy? Now that we know not only what his problem is, but how he's feeling about it. Here's his biggest fears. You think we might pluck at these? Falling short of revenue targets. This is the stuff that your sales copy is going to be built around. Losing a competitive edge. So these are the things. Here's 5 ways that these are going to affect his relationships with his prospects. Straining relationships with the sales team due to unmet goals. That's a big problem. Under pressure from C-suite to deliver results. He's getting pressure from above and below. Diminished trust with existing customers due to inadequate follow-ups. So you can see, here is hurtful things that might be said. Why can't you ever hit your numbers? This is stuff he doesn't want to hear, but he might be hearing. And you might, like in your sales copy, you might say, your sales are going downhill. If you continue, you're gonna start hearing things like this from your peers. Are you sure you're the right person for this job? How would you like to hear that? That would suck, right? Here's other solutions. These are different solutions that he might have tried. Here's conversational sound bites about failed past solutions. So understanding what he's tried before and how it worked out for him is going to give you a real good picture into what his objections might be. So brief conversational sound bites. The agency's leads never converted into actual sales. That's going to be an objection, guaranteed. Our CRM's a mess. It's not helping with lead generation. That's going to be a problem too. Training sessions are great, but we're still not seeing the numbers. So, and then we get down to what is the prospect, what do they not want to do to fix the problem? This is important. I might need to rephrase how this comes out, but it's what do they not want to do to fix the problem? They don't want to do cold calling. They don't want to invest in yet another expensive, unproven tool. Overhaul. They don't want to overhaul their entire marketing strategy. This is stuff they do not want to do. So if you're coming in telling them they need to do this stuff, you damn well better unpack it and eliminate the objections. Here's sound bites about what they don't want to do. Honestly, cold calling feels outdated and intrusive. So this is sound bites about the previous thing. Here's the transformation. If a genie could snap their fingers and give the perfect solution, what would our prospects' lives look like? That's going to be important stuff for the copy. Can you imagine trying to write your copy for this guy without this information? That's what most of you have been struggling with. You haven't done, this is the analysis piece that's so important. This is like building your avatar. And without this detail, this level of detail, you're going to struggle and fail when you create your sales copy and your landing pages and your big ideas and everything moving forward if you don't understand this buyer at a very deep human level. That's what this tool does for you. This is, I don't know if you guys get it or not. This is an incredible piece of equipment here to give you a serious advantage on selling your stuff. So,
John, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just simply wondering, I know in the ACT program, you've always asked us to kind of ask questions to kind of get some of these answers from some of the people that we've already worked with, or some of the people we would like to work with. So how is the AI pulling this information? Is it based on sound like input from somewhere from these people, or is it just kind of generating its own thoughts?
We're cross-referencing several different AI bases to pull this stuff and assemble it. But what it's looking at all the marketing materials that have been done. It's looking at FAQs to find out what the problems are. There's all kinds of different sources where this is being pulled from. Like I said, the prompt for this was 13 pages long. It's a very, very detailed, in-depth prompt to do this.
Okay, so there's not really much room for hallucination then?
No,
Okay, thank you.
no, this is basically either coming from real customers' FAQs or real conversations that are being had on the internet, like in forums and things, or off of sales materials from the top marketers selling to these people. So that's kind of the culmination of how it's getting generated.
Thank you.
So here's how this transformation might affect different relationships in the prospect's life. You know, sales team more motivated and productive due to a steady stream of quality prospects. C-suite impressed, marketing team validated, customers and improved engagement, satisfaction, loyalty, enhanced work balance. Here's sound bites. This is like music to his ears. If he were to hear this kind of stuff, you know, our pipeline is stronger than ever and we're hitting our targets consistently. Like he starts hearing that from his team and his workers and the people above him, that's going to be music to his ears. Here's market specifics. Like, what does the market hinge their success on? Ability to consistently generate high quality leads that convert to revenue. What does the market have to give up? What does the market have to give up by giving up their problem? This one, I really need to change the language there because that's kind of confusing. But what it's talking about here is insufficient and outdated lead gen methods. That's what it's going to have to let go of. They're going to have to admit they've got outdated lead generation methods. So your guy there, John, who this is all about, that's what he's going to have to be willing to give up. And then who does he blame for the problem? External agencies and vendors promising but not delivering. 5 biggest objections. We've tried so many solutions before. Why would this be different? So you can take all of these objections. I have another tool that's the Franklin Objection Crusher, and it uses Benjamin Franklin's formula to unpack the objections and eliminate them. So this is pretty cool stuff, right?
It's great. Once you have all all of this information, do you then go into the Franklin Crusher
But you have a choice. You could go a number of different ways from this point, but these 2 components should be the foundation of every marketing campaign. First thing, always segment the market, figure out what the most profitable market is, then match that up with your product and let's figure out who's buying it. Who is your best buyer? You know, we call that the avatar. Most people struggled with that for weeks, trying to fill in the blanks on the worksheet and all that without actually doing the research. They were trying to do it out of their own head. This information doesn't come out of your head. This information comes out of your market. So, and it's really important that you have this foundation to move forward when you're creating all of your copy. Everything should be, based around this information. One thing I want to make real clear here, this is not stored in the system. So if you go to do another one, this is going to disappear. Make sure you copy it and move this into your documents. Move this into your marketing campaign documents. You can regenerate it if you want, see if it comes up different. You can run other ones, but they won't be saved in the system. So they're gone once you hit this to go back to the next screen, and this is gone.
Do you put it in the vault?
No, this you would copy this like into a Word doc for your
Okay.
campaign. It's like your own internal documents that
Got it.
you're building for your marketing.
Okay.
So once, once you have this, now you can move on. You can go to the next tool.
What's the plus sign in the middle at the top?
That is if you want to move these around. If you can move these to whatever order that you want. So if you have a particular process, you can move these icons. You can just take it and drag it and drop them wherever you want to change the order.
So are you going to put those in the order that we should use them based on the ACT program, or is this for us to do it?
You have to do this in your own campaign because in your quantum account, your account is editable by you. Now for new people coming in, I have them in an order. And this was new just over last weekend. I went in and I reordered the tools. So if a new campaign is started, the tools will come out in a somewhat logical order. You can still move them around. And as I add tools, like Richard, if you go into your account right now, you probably don't see the market segmenter. Anybody that has bought this, you probably don't see all these new tools here because they're not in your initial dashboard, but they're in the App Store. So if you click on the App Store, you can see all the apps available to you, and we're building these all the time now. So if there's a new one, it will say get. And if you want it on your dashboard, you hit get and it moves it to your dashboard. If you already have it, then you can open it from here, but you can also open it from your dashboard. But the App Store is where you'll find all the new stuff that I'm building. And if you don't want something, like you say, yeah, I don't do domains, I don't need that, you can hit the X here and it will remove it. It'll remove this from your dashboard, but it puts it in the App Store so you could always reactivate it if you wanted to. But if you want this, if you don't want, 30 tools on your dashboard, you only want the 5 that you always use, you can just move them back to the App Store, put the 5 on your desktop that you want, move them in the order you want, and then the thing is totally dialed in for you and your purpose. So it's really cool. This is meant to be a high productivity tool for everybody, and everybody's process is all going to be different. So you'll notice, like, here's a new tool that I just built, 3-dimensionalize your benefits. Remember how you 3-dimensionalize, you say it so they can hear it, see it, and feel it? I have given that recipe until I'm blue in the face, and I still never saw anybody do it. So this thing just does it for you. And it's the same thing. What is your benefit? Let's say you want to lose weight. Let's say that is the benefit. So this thing, remember, it says it so you can hear it, see it, feel it. And the hear it is just simply restating the benefit. The see it is using the trigger word, remember, or something like that. And then imagine takes them to how they're going to feel. So you will lose weight. Remember how you felt when you walked up a flight of stairs effortlessly without breaking a sweat and without feeling out of breath. Imagine how you'll feel when you can comfortably fit into those clothes you've always wanted to wear and receive compliments from friends and family about how amazing you look. 3-dimensionalize the benefit right there in a snap.
And it even came up with that answer with lose spelled wrong. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it corrected it for me. So you can be a grammatical tard and this thing will still work.
I didn't see anything in there, John, that said about writing emails. Is there going to be, or is there a writing email copy?
Uh-huh. Yeah, there is. Oh, where is it? Email Genius. So Email Genius will write you a sequence of emails for whatever you want. And I actually used it. I used that for a sequence that I just put together, and it was phenomenal. And then we've got, okay, so you saw market segmenter, build a buyer, three-dimensionalize your benefits. We've got eliminate objections. So here you just put in the objection and it uses the Franklin belief builder to crush the objection. So it uses the whole claim proof benefit statement. So what might be an objection?
No money, no time.
Or expensive,
Yeah. Say two.
expensive marketing that doesn't work.
Yeah, you had a list of those in the first one you did, where it actually gave what the objections were. So you could just copy those and put those into here if I'm
Yeah.
getting what John's talking about.
I'm going to say the marketing's too expensive. Let's see what it does to that.
While it's looking up, when you do the refresh pertaining to all of our icons there, will it automatically put it into the spot it needs to, or do we need to put it in? So when you have an update of a new icon.
You know, when we have an update of a new icon, it's just going to add it to the end. So you'll if you want it in a different order, you can reorder them however you want.
And the new ones, will they be put in a specific order, or do we have to put them in a specific order?
No, anything new will be added to the end.
At the end. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and then you can feel free to move them around however you want. That's not a problem. But here, okay, so we've got marketing is too expensive. The underlying belief. The belief is marketing costs more than it delivers in return, making it seem like an unnecessary expenditure. So the opposite claim, marketing is an investment that generates significant returns and can be very cost effective. And then you've got the proof points. This is a quote. This one is social proof. So it knows the different types of proof points that it can build on. So it's grabbing you 2 proof points and then the benefit. Remember, claim, proof, benefit. Benefit is what they really wanted to begin with. So it's reattaching that after it's eliminated the objection. So this thing just kicks these out effortlessly. No longer do you have to think about, oh my God, how am I going to three-dimensionalize this shit? You know, how am I going to eliminate these benefits? How am I going to come up with a big idea? It's like, I'm serious. I'm done with excuses. I am taking them all away. You're going to have nothing left when I'm done.
Like, what's the prompt on the big idea? Because like, if you've already got a big idea, can you already put it in there and see how it builds on it or something? Or how is that working?
So with this creates a big idea. You tell it what the product or service is, and then you give it the biggest benefit. So let's say our product is a diet pill, and the biggest benefit is well, effortless weight loss from a diet pill. Let's see what we get. All right. So the headline, effortless weight loss unlocked by revolutionary plant-based compound. So that's, what do you think that is? The unique mechanism. You know, any diet pill, you can pretty much say there's some kind of plant-based compound in it. If not, just try it again. And then it tells you about this, you know, this big idea captures attention by promising highly desired benefit, effortless weight loss, unique mechanism, revolutionary plant-based compound, sparks curiosity because it suggests a natural and possibly new or unknown approach to weight loss. That's the three components of a big idea. Saying it in a way they've never heard it before, a primary promise, and a unique delivery mechanism.
So
And-
how long a prompt can we put in here, John? Don, you said the biggest benefit. What if you can't explain it in 3 words?
Well, just put in whatever you got.
Okay.
I don't think there's a limit to what you can put in here. But I mean, how cool is that? I've had everyone struggle with this, and I got to tell you, I have not been able to come up with them this short and succinct. I usually come up with a paragraph in a big idea. This thing's kicking it out like David Ogilvy would do it.
Hey, John, what is the landing page for me to see? Because I haven't been able to join your meetings for a long time, and I just kind of want to see what your pricing point is for this.
This we're charging, we've got it retail set for $97 a month,
Mm-hmm.
where my intent really isn't to sell it for $97 a month. So we opened it up in a beta pricing for $47 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's my intended retail price for it. That way, when I go out to affiliate marketers, they can give their people a deal, half price. But for all of the Dominator members inside the membership area, if you go into the AI tools section now, you guys have a link, a special link where you can get it for $19.97 a month or $19.95, something like that, like $20. So all the
Wow.
Dominator members get it at that price.
So I'm so sorry, but just to remind me how to get into the dashboard part, is there a link to that?
Yeah, if you send me an email, I'll just
Okay.
send you your login info.
All right.
That's
have it
probably the
now.
easiest way to do it because it'll have your username and password and all that.
Okay, appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later. I have to go. See you later.
Okay, awesome. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Now, here's a really cool one that we just added is the Rockstar Songwriter, the Rap Marketer, and Ad Jingles.
Did
So
that
like
come from Craig Duswalt, the rock star
I
song?
actually presented this on his stage and I wrote this one.
Yeah.
I'm actually writing these things myself now. I'm building these tools myself.
All right.
My programmers got it to where I could build they call them the rudimentary tools. So they gave me access to play on my own. And I've been having a ball with it because I can take all the formulas that are in my head and I can build the tools for you guys now, where you just drop in whatever it is and it does the work for you. So Rockstar Marketer, I mean, check this out. You put in your URL, it's going to analyze your website. Then you pick what kind of music you want and who's your favorite songwriter or musician. So we could put in here, you want a song, Libby?
Sure. I like a song.
So we'll put in libbyjason.com. What kind of music would you like?
Well, what I would like or what my clients would like.
Well, either way, just
Okay,
we're
so
just
do
playing.
do country and then yeah, you can put Lainey Wilson.
Lainey, is that how you spell it?
Lainy.
Okay.
Wilson.
Okay, Lainy Wilson.
I think, and it might be Lainey, but if it's smart, it'll figure this
Yeah,
out.
it'll figure it out.
It'll do it anyway.
Let's see what we get. Let's make Libby a song.
This is so. This ought to be fake. She better not have an Australian accent either.
Well, it doesn't actually sing the song. It's building you the song lyrics. This is a songwriter. So you could take this, you could take these song lyrics over and you could paste these into Suno and it would actually put music to it in a voice.
Oh my gosh.
So here we go. Hey there, looking for a change. Jason knows your style range. From wardrobe woes to fashion highs, she'll bring sparkle to your eyes. Libby Jason, feel the glow, confidence you'll come to know. Transform your wardrobe, make it bright. Step out in style, feeling right. I mean, how cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
It knows what you do and it wrote you a song. It's got the verses, the chorus, the bridge, the final chorus. I mean, how cool is that?
Very cool. Jeez.
Who has a song for their
And
business?
look at that. Key instruments that you use.
Yeah.
Where do you put this, John?
And you could take this over to suno.com. SUNO is another, it's an AI tool. It's not my tool, it's just a tool that makes music. And you could just paste these lyrics into there, tell it you want a country song. I think you can even pick the voices you want.
Okay.
And you would have a full finished song in about 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh. What a crack up.
I mean, how much would that have cost you to have a song written about your business, produced, and I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, would you like this? Should I copy it?
Sure.
All right, I will copy that and save that for you.
I thank you.
So, Libby now has a song.
Okay, there you go. I'm signing autographs. It's
And
okay.
then, same thing with ad jingles. This has been a big thing throughout history of advertising, is having a jingle. I mean, how many little small business owners actually went to the trouble of getting a jingle made?
Really?
You could go and you could sell this. Like, what business owner, most entrepreneurs and small business owners have a ego like a mile freaking wide. Who is not going to pay you $100 to write them a song and produce it? How long did it take me to do that? About 30 seconds for $100? I mean, who out there wouldn't want that? That's pretty high demand. Like, you could make a rap song. I've got one for rap. You could have enter the URL and your favorite rapper. You could put Snoop Dogg in there. And then you're going to get a rap song sounding like Snoop Dogg.
Talk about a way out there lead magnet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you have a 15-minute consultation with us, we'll write you a song.
Oh my God.
And then you give them the lyrics and say, for $100, we'll produce it for you. We'll put music and a voice to it and make you look spectacular. That'd be a pretty freaking easy sale. So I apologize for how difficult the lead gen has been to sell for a lot of you guys. I think I made up for it here. If you're really, stuck and trying to figure out how to make money, you got some tools here you can make some serious money with very, very easily. There's no shortage of business owners that would want an avatar built for them. There's no shortage of them that would want a song, a jingle, any of this stuff. We released the Franken AI. You can do their social media for them. You can write their emails for them. This suite of tools, you can make videos for them. I mean, what business owner isn't going to want a video made? All you have to do is put in their URL and you make a video for them. Right off of their website. It analyzes their website, figures out what's important, and you can pick a sales video, a hype video, story time, announcement, inspirational, or random facts.
The one thing that I noticed on that, John, that I on that video one was several of the corporations I went to want to put their own photos into it, though.
That's
But
not a problem.
Yeah, but you have to
Oh,
do it
it's
on the
easy.
back end. You can't do it on the front end ahead of time, right?
Correct. Yeah. You go into edit and whatever your video is, you can go in and you can just change out the images here. Like that's our image. We put that in by hand.
Can I share my video? Because I did my own pictures.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let me stop
Let
the
me
share here.
Sorry for all the videos. I've been having a lot of fun, John.
No worries. That's what it's all
Is
about.
there a way that you can like delete them off of that front page and then just have them save in the file vault? Because every time you edit and then regenerate a video, it adds it as a line item again.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does stack them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, Libby. You're all the way at the bottom now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool. Just keep talking. Let me figure out which one, because I'd like to like highlight which ones I like. So which
But
one?
I've been really busy like chipping these tools out. And if there's anything like you guys see that I missed that pertains to ACT specifically,
Mhm.
let me know what tools you would want that pertain to ACT specifically, because those are what I want to work on first.
Okay.
I want to work on like the full ACT suite, and then we can go absolutely bonkers with this.
Okay, let me try to share this and see what happens.
I can even make like an enterprise version of this if you wanted to, you know, make your own version for your own customers of Quantum. We can rename it and whatever you want.
Are you a professional woman feeling overlooked or invisible, struggling with an out-of-date look that holds you back? At Libby Jason's Next Chapter Style,
We're not seeing your video, Libby. I think
Oh,
you're
you're
sharing the
not?
wrong screen.
Okay, hang on. Let me go back.
We could hear it, but we couldn't see it.
Okay, no, you have to see it because it wants to know the pictures. Okay,
Yeah.
where is, wait, stop share. And let me share again. Oh, there you go. Okay, now you should be able to see it. Can you see it now?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Are you a professional woman feeling overlooked or invisible, struggling with an out-of-date look that holds you back? At Libby Jason's Next Chapter Style, radiate new confidence and authority. Be recognized as a leader, trustworthy and credible. With Libby's personalized styling services, you'll look the part and stand out. Tired of your overfilled, underutilized closet causing more stress and missed opportunities in your life? Enjoy a classic, stylish wardrobe that brings joy to your closet. Worried about your weight? Discover perfect fit proportions to always look polished and well put together. Transform your self-image with flattering outfits that boost your confidence, making you feel vibrant and sexy. Confused about accessories? Get simple go-to ideas for a fabulous look that fits your lifestyle. No more second-guessing yourself. Complete the transformation to include professional hairstyle and professional makeup application. Plus, experience an authority maker photo shoot with headshots or lifestyle images to express the authentic, approachable you. Save time, energy, and money by investing in yourself because you are worth it. Schedule a 30-minute style strategy call with Libby today at libbyjason.com. See our website for before-after images.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Thank you. So I did.
I was a little disappointed though. I didn't see the casino information in there.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. So so I actually did my own copy and I did my own images because the one that they did, that a lot of the images were definitely more corporate-y and they just I didn't like them. Plus, my feedback from the thing that I sent out to people, other than the Australian thing, is they liked seeing images of me in the video. I got that a number of times because I said, "Hey, do you like one or two?" And I did one where I just put in my website and it generated things, and then I did the other one with my own copy and my own images, and then that's what they did. So it took a while to do.
Yeah.
But I sent it out to my email list saying, hey, if you want one of these for yourself, let me know and I'll give you more information. So
yeah. But think about what your odds would have been of producing that video without this tool.
Yeah, I probably would have used iMovie and it would have taken me a lot longer to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the only thing really, is just putting in my own voice in there.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. But if you think about it on the script, it's talking about you. So you
Right.
wouldn't necessarily, you'd have to change the script for that too.
Yeah, I would, or at least have a voice that is, see, some of the other voices, there were other female voices, but some of them definitely were more robotic sounding. To whereas this gal, even though she's Australian, she has a lot of emotion in her voice, and there's a lot of upbeat phrases for her. So that's the one thing. I did try to redo it with somebody else's voice, but it was like boring. Didn't do it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah, I can help somebody do it if you want. I mean, and I did. I offered it to people saying, if you want me to make one for you, let me know, and then I'll just charge for it.
Yeah.
Okay, John, you had an SEO genie in there. What did you do for an SEO genie?
The SEO genie, that wasn't actually me. That was my guys trying to appease me. And I have not actually played with it myself. So I'm going to give no personal opinion on that one just yet. But I think they basically made it to write the descriptions and the titles and all that stuff. But we could actually have one. One of the things at Craig's group was they were talking about making QR codes. And while they were talking, I actually built another tool to create a QR code and put it in, and it didn't work quite right because it needs image generation. And in the rudimentary tool they gave me to build tools, it doesn't have image generation plugged into it yet. But very soon we'll have that, and then we'll have a QR code builder. So you could literally use Quantum to build your QR codes.
Are you going to be able to keep the same QR code and change the landing page?
Oh, I don't know about that one. Probably not. It'll probably just generate a QR code that's specific to whatever URL you put in. Because what you're talking about isn't really a widget. You're talking about a whole program to keep track of your QR codes and all that stuff. And be able to edit them.
If you can't change the URL, I would think that would require it. If I just had one QR code, and depending on what I was doing, if I could just change the landing page URL, so the same QR code would work always, and it would be always going to the specific thing that was going on at the moment. So
yeah, QR codes aren't really meant to do that. They're meant to send to a specific page. Like in marketing, you might have 10 different QR codes. You'd have one for, product A, one for product B. So the way that I'm envisioning it is more for that.
Okay, well, that just means that, if someone's got the QR code, it'll only work for that one page. And if you're updating things or changing things, or if the original page that you landed on, if you add an extra bonus or something, you're going to have to generate a new QR code and figure out how to get it to the old people. That's the problem. Whereas if they have the one QR code, no matter who has it, no matter when they find it, it will always go to the current page, is really a critical thing.
Yeah, you always seem to make a way to complicate the most simple things.
John, one thing, and tell me if it's just what I was doing when I had created some QR codes for stuff I was doing. It was like, okay, now it's, $14.95, whatever the heck it was, per month to do this. Well, once I had my codes, then I canceled the thing because I didn't need it. Well, now the codes don't work. So you have to keep paying them every month to keep your codes working.
Yeah, no, with this, the code would be yours forever. It just generates you a code, and that would work. That's what, like Richard was talking about, is more of a program like that you're paying for, that you could edit it, and you could do all the stuff he was talking about. I'm just talking about a simple put in a URL, generates you a code. That code's good forever.
Yeah.
good forever, ready to go.
Cool.
So I got another really cool thing I want to show you guys.
But wait, there's
And
more.
yeah, it's just I've been pretty busy here over the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
Actually, the last couple of months, really. Let me get some stuff up here to show you. I know you guys have seen Franken AI, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now ready for some real excitement?
Is your boat getting lonely, John?
It is, and that's gonna have to stop. But anyway, so I created an actual landing page for the free giveaway. So I plan to give away Franken AI everywhere to generate leads. Those leads all go into Kartra. So this is a Kartra button. They click here. They have to agree. Then they say, yes, I want my free copy. That goes to the thank you page where here they can click to create their free copy. So they just click that. It plugs in the key code here automatically. And then they just put their name, email, password, and register. And they've got a free copy of Franken AI. So also on this page, we've got the getting started video, which Brady did the video, which was perfect. He walked through how to set it up, dial it in, and we've got 2 upgrade options. The free version of Franken AI, I've got a better handle on what the free version is now. The free version is basically for one license, one account. You could do all the different social media platforms in there, but it's only going to do 1 post a day. So let's say you had Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. It would do Facebook posts today, LinkedIn tomorrow, Twitter the 3rd day, and then it would cycle back and start over again. If you want the commercial version, you get 5 licenses. So you could literally set up a campaign for Facebook, one for Twitter, one for LinkedIn, and then every day they would be putting a post out to each social media platform. That's $37 one time. And these, again, this is not my product. This is a product that sits over on JVZoo. So anybody could do this. If you wanted to do this yourself and give away Franken AI or rename it and have your own unique lead magnet, you could go buy the unlimited bundle. It's a one-time payment, $397, and then you would get the license code generator. So you could generate your own license codes and give this away for free. But those of you that have Kartra, I now put this into a campaign where with 1 click, you can now have an opt-in delivery system inside your Kartra to give away Franken AI. You can use it for absolute free. If you don't want to go over and get your own affiliate links for this stuff, you're welcome to use mine. Just know that those commissions are coming to me, not to you. I'm perfectly fine with that. If you're not, just go to JVZoo, get your own affiliate codes and pop them on these 2 buttons. And now you're making money for generating your own leads.
Hey, John, on my side, I'm not seeing any of these. I've already been to Franken AI. I have a login for Franken AI, but I'm not seeing any of these options and anywhere.
Okay, so this is on the thank you page for Franken AI, which I'm not sure this page existed when you got it.
I got it. So how do I get to it now? Because I'm clicking all over the plans, train. I can't seem to find any.
Yeah, no, this was the unique page I made in Kartra. I will put it in the chat for you.
Hey, John, do you know where they're pulling this information from for the social media posts and things like that by any chance?
Nope, I don't have any idea how they're doing
Can I
it.
tell you, John, you know, we're working on something here. Can I tell you a fun story about the ventures of AI?
Sure.
Okay, it's a quick one. So you guys, we were using local websites and creating blog, but basically we were curating news. We were scraping news sites, rewriting these articles for SEO purposes, and then posting these articles on our site. And I think I showed you one time, we're getting some pretty decent traffic, and we're indexing. And so here's an interesting story. There's a political heavyweight in this region. I'm not going to mention his name, who's in a lot of trouble. He's just recently gotten indicted and so on and so forth. And we reposted an article about one of his most recent indictments. And in that article, we included 2 names of 2 other people that were part of this indictment. Now, we didn't include it. AI included it because we scraped someone else's article. Follow me? Yeah. Well, I come home one day, I got 5 letters in the mail. My phone's blowing up, cease and desist, lawyers, everybody, and I'm getting hit from heavyweights, Philadelphia heavyweight, you name it. They're going to sue me. You're going to be out of business. So what happened was the AI went, scraped an article from another site. In that article, they misquoted and put John Limbacher's name and Tom Kozlowski's name there.
Yeah.
Apparently 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, when this law firm blew up, they redacted and pulled that article, but my news site didn't go back. We're just fishing out on a daily basis. It was crazy. I don't even know how this is going to end, but so we had to go back, but thank God we had a digital, not a paper trail, I guess a digital trail. And it shows that we scraped an article from abc.com at 1:01 p.m. that day. And then when you go back, they redacted the statement stuff. But it was the adventures of AI. I never saw that one coming.
Yeah, you would, for this particular tool, you'd have to go back to the builder for it because, like I said, it's not my tool. I'm using it. I bought it to give away rights, and I'm using it as a lead magnet.
So when we were messing around, what we were doing is taking a daily post and then rewriting that post and using that for the social media posts and videos and so on and so forth type. At least it had some starting point. That's why I asked the question. I wonder where the info comes from, because lo and behold, there could be a headache once in a while. And out of the thousands of blog posts we created, we just got that one moment in time for 20 minutes that we scraped an article that was improperly written, and the whole world caught on fire in a blink of an eye. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah. If you were on the webinar that we did with the guys from FTC Guardian, they were talking about, some of the ramifications of using AI and some of the protection factors that you might want to put on your website, saying, a portion of this website was generated with AI, and kind of alleviate yourself from some of those claims and responsibilities.
Well, it's funny because we're sort of familiar with it, but and these are so-called smart, well, I don't know, just because they're lawyers, but anyway, these are smart men. And I actually was on the phone with the guy trying to explain this. Well, how can you write this stuff? What do you mean you didn't write it? How did it not write? And, I'm trying to walk them to follow the bouncing ball here. It's OpenAI source. You've heard of ChatGPT. And then I had to show them the whole blueprint of how we went to the site and scrape. But it's, to most people out there, they just can't even comprehend that and it was good quality stuff we're putting out. You can tell it's not robotic. We're taking our times, as you taught us, through the proper prompting. But it was a scary one. I'm still not over with, by the way. I'm just going to blame John Limbacher for all of this. That's my out.
There you go. John, so anyway, if you guys want that Franken AI campaign in Kartra, if you go under the resources into the Kartra training section, there is a new button here that says free lead magnet Franken AI. You can actually download the campaign right into your Kartra account. And I made this one generic, so you could literally just load it up and use it as is. There's only a couple of things that you would need to change in there. And I'm going to be doing a video on that, and I'll put that on that page for you. So anyway, a lot of cool stuff.
John, one really important thing is that Franken AI is not on JV Zoom. I went and looked for it. Where it is there is a YouTube video of the presentation that has all the information and and the purchase links and all that sort of stuff, but it's in a YouTube presentation on YouTube. I searched high and low and asked and searched JV Zoom every way I could, and it's not available on JV Zoom. It's only available directly through them.
It's JV Zoo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's JV Zoo. Yeah,
It's on there because I just got an email like 2 days ago about that it's available.
Yeah, that's where you get your affiliate links is JV Zoo.
jvzoo.com.
Yeah, that's correct. So,
John, I have a quick question. If
and I
can.
know it is because I know Linda just got her links for it. So let's see.
John, could you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is about the quantum AI, and sorry, I missed I was not attending classes as usual. As a member of the group, is quantum AI available, or do I have to do a different subscription?
Yes, no, Quantum is available. It is a different subscription. It's a tool. It's not part of the ACT program, but as an ACT member, you get a discounted access if you want to purchase the tool. You would get it for $19.95 or $19.97, where others are paying $47 for it.
Okay. So first I have to go to, I tried to log into ACT, but although they said they sent me an email, I didn't get the password for that email.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, let me hit that in just a second.
Okay.
After I address Richard here. So, Richard, inside JV Zoo, here's the links where this is what it looks like in the affiliate side of JV Zoo. You have to apply, and then once you're approved, you get all of your links. They have a whole bunch of different links for Franken AI, as you can see. They've got the yearly bundle, they've got the lifetime bundle, so it's however you want to sell it. I used the lifetime bundle, and I also used the what is it? I think it was.
I just went to JV Zoo, and there is no way that I have found to be able to even find it. It'll give you top sellers, and the products only gives you top sellers and 2 choices, and there is no search function. So where is this located?
When you click on find a product over here, click on find a product and then put the keyword Franken AI in there.
I see no place where it says find a product. It says grab this deal on the featured products on the top sellers. It has the same thing, and it has a launch calendar. Nowhere in here so far.
Okay. So I'm on the approved products tab.
It says products, launch calendar. I can show you my screen if you want, but it's launch calendar, top sellers, featured products. No place is there a search bar.
Yeah. See,
Richard, are you approved as an affiliate already? You might be logged into just JV Zoo and you're not actually an affiliate yet. He's logged into his affiliate dashboard.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I'm in the affiliate dashboard.
Well, it says my products marketplace. Or try marketplace. See if I can find it in the marketplace.
Yeah, you need to get in. You need to find your way into the affiliate section, because I think you're like Brady said. I think you're in the part where you purchase products. I was at the affiliate section where you sign up to sell the products.
Okay, well, it's not giving me that. I guess I'm gonna have to look some more because it's not making any sense. Would you put the link to whatever that page is in the chat? And so when I try and use that link, it'll probably tell me where to go.
Yeah, I can do that.
Is it a different website for affiliate versus the JZ Zoo, or is it on there that you find it?
I think it is. I think they have a split for depending if you're there to purchase products versus there to be an affiliate. So I put the link in there of the actual page that I was on for the approved products. That's where I found the search functionality to look for it.
Yeah, it comes up, it says approved products, no products matching your search were found.
Yeah, and then there should be a find products link right
Oh,
there.
now I see a find product link. Now it showed up.
So
And
that's how I found it. All right. And then let me show you guys where I think there was a question about how to get the quantum. So let me share the screen again. Inside your membership area, if you go to the AI and you go under the Dominator AI tools, we've got quantum here. There is a link just for you guys to get it at 1997. There's a button there you can click, you can order it for the discounted price. This is only for you guys. This is only for the members. So please don't share that link. If you want to sign up as an affiliate and actually sell quantum, you can sell it at either the 97 price or the 47 price, and you get half of the first payment and then 25% of every payment after that. There's also the Build a Becky here if you want Becky. There's the free Franken AI here. You can sign up for the free Franken AI. Let me see where this goes. Okay. This doesn't take you to the funnel. What I'll probably do is I will trade this out. I'll change that link for you guys. So this will take you to the actual funnel where you can see the Kartra funnel. And then if you want the funnel, in your actual Kartra account, go back up here to resources. It's in the Kartra training under the free lead magnet. And that will give you the code to import that right into your Kartra account, which is really cool. We tested it the other day. Works absolutely flawlessly. I learned a lot by cloning a couple of these last campaigns of all the stuff you got to change behind the scenes. So rather than leaving all that for you to change, I just made this one really generic. So you could literally use it right out of the box with no problem. So I'm doing my best to make this as easy as possible. I'm giving you guys lead generation. I'm giving you guys tools. I'm giving you the ability to make high dollar stuff that is of high value. I'm not sure if, I can bake the meal for you, but I don't know if you want me to eat it too. I can only go so far. All right. Any other questions? I think we covered a lot of ground here on all the new stuff. So, all good. We covered the Zoom issue, the quantum, all the new tools. Did you guys get that the new tools are available in quantum under the App Store tab on the right? And it's editable. The screen is editable. If you want to take tools off, you can send them back to the App Store. You can move them back into your panel. You can move them around. There's a lot of stuff for you to play with now.
Thank you, John.
A lot of stuff to make you highly productive.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like I had told you I had a magic wand. I'm waving it on all of you, making you professionals at all this stuff.
John Arden here again. I have one last question here about Kartra. And
Okay.
could I share my screen if you don't mind?
Sure.
Seems to be a little technical issue here.
Oh,
I'm
no.
creating a sequence here.
Okay.
I already have 2 emails, but when I put in the tags, I'm still not to test it. I'm still not getting the emails going through. What might be happening here?
When you say you put in the tags, what's your triggers for your starting rules?
Right, those are the tags. Just like you showed here. I was trying to get it. So this was a test where I just put these tags here.
Okay.
And the test control, just go to my email, or I put myself as a lead to
Okay.
test it and not go through to acquisition here as yet. So that was done. And then I have 2 emails here. But
Okay.
this
So
should have triggered the emails to myself. That's the problem. I
correct.
don't know why it's not going.
So hit done and exit here.
Done and exit.
Up in the top right.
Yeah, let me move us over here.
And then click on communications on the left.
On the left.
And then that's going to take you to your lead list. So search out the name, whichever one you're testing.
I'm testing myself, which would be, my name is here. And it shows that the tag was attached to my name here.
Okay.
So I put the tag.
So I don't
this
see that
test.
test. Oh, test control. Okay. So just cancel it. Cancel your control tag there.
Mm-hmm.
Go back into your account. Where you just
in the
were.
sequence.
No, where you just were. You canceled it out. Communication.
You mean the lead?
Your lead. Yeah, you're going back into the sequence builder. You need to be back where you were on your lead.
Okay, let me go to the communications. And
so go back to get your lead open.
That's this one here.
Yeah. And then X to kill the test control tag, delete it. And then just add it again. Now just add that tag again, and it should fire the sequence.
But it's no particular category. And the test control. I'll save it.
And then open that up again. Open your lead up. And then if you go to the log button, you will see all of the emails. So you see the tag just got assigned. Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for the email to go out. So you might want to just check this one in a few minutes. But because that tag was assigned, unless you've got another test control tag somewhere and you've got the wrong one, it should fire that sequence. That email should go out.
Okay, well, I'll check on it. I just want to ensure I was doing it correctly.
Yeah. Yep. It looks like everything was right. But here, if you come back here, like in a few minutes, you'll probably see the email got sent.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That should do it for you. All right. Anybody else? Anything else before we wrap up? Delilah?
I have a quick question. So I went ahead and I put in the market segmenter crypto market, but my number 1 are institutional investors. And I don't think it would necessarily be the market I can.
Yeah. It's not always going to be right in tune with what you're doing. But the thing about it is it's going to show you like the profitable segments. So maybe like the second or third one might be the right one for you.
So we've got tech savvy early adopters is number 2.
That is going to be people that are already aware. So that may or may not be the right one for you. If you're trying to alert people to something they don't know anything about, then you might want to look for that one, or maybe even change your primary target market and run it again. Like maybe put in newbie crypto investors.
Got it. Because it says that retail investors are number 6. And that doesn't Yeah. So maybe just say newbie crypto investors.
Yeah, a newbie or even retail, and then see the segments of that.
Oh, I see the segments within retail. Oh,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You can play around with that, like use it as a brainstorming tool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that all of these are brainstorming tools. Don't think that like when you use AI, don't think that it's always going to give you the exact right perfect thing. It's giving you off the top of its head, here's the answer to your question. And sometimes AI has a bad day. I have seen that. I have seen that many times. I mean, you can't tell me this thing's not moody.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a great idea. So I'll go ahead and segment it further.
Yeah. What I always do when I'm working with the tools, the text-based tools, the ones that I'm making, the rudimentary tools, like I said, they don't have the functionality to save the output. So when you're using those, I would encourage you, if you see anything at all that you like about the data, copy it and just put it in a Word document so you can go back and you don't lose it. But I would encourage you to regenerate, some of those searches multiple times and see what you get.
That sounds great. And then whatever rings the most truth to me, then I'll work with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. But they are all of the AI stuff is all brainstorming stuff. It's not meant to be like set in stone.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah, you use it in your own brain to make the perfect world.
Yes, I love that.
So,
It does have
yeah.
high net worth individuals. I do have a couple of high net worth clients, but our approach to investing in crypto is different because once you have once you have a 6-figure portfolio and up, I switch the strategy. And so that would be like
that could be an enhanced system. So you could start with the crypto newbies. You could create, the perfect game plan for them, training, and then as they graduate, you can say, hey, you might want to move up to the intermediate crypto investor. And then when they graduate that, you could even have a certified course where they take a test, qualify to go to the next level.
That's a really great idea, actually. I love that.
Like you could say, hey, you don't qualify for the next level, so I can't share these particular ideas with you because you're not ready for them yet. But when you finish my second course, you can take the test, get verified, and then we can move you to the next plan.
I love that. That's a great idea. Thank you. That's a lot of cool fuel for thought.
Yeah, that would be a really cool way to build your program. And that way it will allow you to start off with those newbies because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there is. Because right now I have newbies mixed with intermediate and so I'm needing to catch the newbies up, and I think it'd be maybe I should start separating them. It might be better.
Yeah, it's a little bit more work to do it that way because you got the different levels you're appealing to. But I know like when you do the group calls, that's one of the things I got feedback on was, I have a lot of mixed people in the groups and some of them are very advanced. They've been around a long time and, they don't like to hear the newbie stuff over and over. So they complain about that. I'm just too lazy to do multiple calls. So you get what you get with me. But yeah, I think that would really make a cool program, especially the people love certificates for some reason. They absolutely love like these certification programs where they actually get something to show for what they've done. Even though, it doesn't really mean anything. It's not going to, buy them anything at McDonald's, but it makes them feel good. So whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's great. It's almost like getting belts in martial arts,
Yeah, I know Matt Bronning, he used to do that when you would go through his NLP courses. Even the most beginning of them, he would always give a test and then he would give you a little certificate, and you could go hang that on your wall if you wanted to.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
And people really dig that. I actually did it with ACT. The last couple of live events I did with ACT, I did the same thing. I made a test, and the test answers were pretty easy. I would have been shocked if anyone failed. And I had the certificates all pre-made, and they had the gold seal on them and the little ribbons, and they were really cool. But that and a few dollars will get you a cup of coffee. But everybody loved them. They were all over Facebook. Everybody was posting their certificates, and it was pretty cool.
So basically, I'll be spending some time with the market segmenter before I go into building a buyer, just to make sure that I've got what's going on.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I mean, feel free to use these tools as freely as you want. You can build multiple buyers. You might build like 3 buyers and look at them and say, which one do I like the best?
I like that.
You could make a male buyer, a female buyer. You don't have to just have one. Just keep in mind, each buyer that you build is a different language for your marketing. So it's like you can't build like one generic marketing campaign that is going to appeal to everyone. You have to really like laser focus down that languaging. And I had told this at Craig's group the other day about the difference between when I did a generic presentation at Glazier Kennedy, I sold 3.5% was my conversion ratio. And 3.5%, there's nothing to sneeze at. I walked out the back door with $140,000 in sales for a 1-hour presentation. So it was not a bad day, but it was 3.5% conversion. I did the exact same presentation a week later to the American Dental Association, which I knew exactly who was in the room. They were all cut from the same cloth. I changed 2 slides and 2 words, and I converted at 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, 40%. Just by being specific. And I'll give you a little hint. One of the words I changed was customer to patient.
Oh my goodness.
Dentists don't have customers, they have patients.
That's
right.
right.
When you speak their language and they know you're speaking their language and you're part of their world, they know, like, and trust you immediately. So the proof points was the other thing. The 2 slides that I changed in the presentation was the 2 proof point slides. Originally, I used chiropractors and plumbers, I think. And I changed the 2 proof points to be right out of their associated magazine. I used the images of their magazine, their trade publications. So it's like, this isn't just some outsider winging this from the hip. He's bringing you data from inside your own walls as proof points. So that was all I changed about the presentation.
This language that you're talking about, I'm wondering that I definitely need to talk to newbies different than the intermediate and advanced, because
oh yeah,
for example, if I hear someone not use the crypto terminology, bags and things like that, as in your crypto holdings in each crypto, I start to think that the person doesn't know what they're talking about. They're not like seasoned in cryptocurrency. It's just an automatic response I get because I've been doing it for so long. But the newbies, like in my class, didn't know what bags were, so I had to define it for them because they want to learn the crypto lingo. In my marketing campaign, I probably don't want to use crypto lingo specifically for the newbies, correct? Because they won't know what it is.
No, because what will happen is you'll wind up alienating them. You'll get a lot of people that, like, they won't ask the question because they don't want to feel stupid in front of everyone. But every time you say something they don't understand, you are alienating them. They're not feeling good about it. So especially before you make the sale, that's the last thing you want to do, is alienate them.
Yeah,
So
that's a really good point you brought up. Thank you.
yeah, that's really important. So understanding like where they are in the process, what their language is, it's super important with every campaign that you do.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people are trying to get leads and they're not taking that into consideration. And if you alienate somebody in that part of the game, like say you're sending out a first email response and you alienate them right out of the gate, it's game over. You know?
Talking about crypto going to the moon and your moon bags, and they're like, what's
Yeah,
that? You know? Whereas the
yeah,
seasoned ones, they respond well to that. And they
yeah.
don't
I
like
mean,
the other. So it's the opposite for the newbies.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you could use those moon bags and a big idea, like hey, find out what these new moon bags mean and how they can change your life forever. You know, now you're saying the word, but you're telling them in a way that you already know they don't know what it is, and you're going to share it with them.
Yes.
So
I
that
like
that draws them in instead of alienating them. So
that.
really important distinction there.
Thank you so much.
But it really is. I mean, it's so important to keep in mind who you're talking to. And I mean, it's all about them. You got to take you out of the picture altogether. Nothing you know or anything about you matters. It only matters them. What do they want? How are they going to get it? Where you come into the picture is how you're going to help them. That's the only thing that matters to them about you is you are the one that is got what they want and you can help them get what they want. But outside of that, they don't really care. So like I see people doing presentations from stage all the time. And they go into a 20-minute thing about who they are and where they came from and how great they are and I'm just like, "Oh my God, get to the point. What, why are we here? What can you do for us?" So, and so many people teach that. They teach that you got to go into this big long story and build trust and rapport. And no, you can skip right to the chase. Guaranteed what matters to them is going to matter more than them hearing about your story. Sometimes you have to come around and tell a little bit about yourself if you need to build credibility. If they're like, "Oh, well, who's this chick talking about crypto?" You might just slip in that, hey, what I'm about to teach you, I was able to pay off my house with. That's it. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go into a big long story. You just need to just lock the credibility in that I know what I'm doing. Don't overdo it.
Good suggestion. I like that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's simple.
just hit it, lock the point in, and then back to them. What's important to them. So you could say, I did it. I know how to do it. I can show you how to do it so you can get your house paid off. That's what's important to them because that's, I don't know if that particularly is why they're there or why they're interested, but that's part of the discovery process is figuring out what it is they want. And then you correlate the story accordingly to what they want. And so you do that, they will fall in love with you. They'll actually want to buy from you. And the only thing that will get in the way is those pesky little objections, which now you have an objection crusher.
I'm glad I have that now too.
It's so cool. I got to tell you, it is so cool, even for me, because I mean, it's labor intensive for me to do that stuff over and over. Like, I'll say the formula and they'll, "Oh, well, give me an example." And now I gotta work to come up with that example. Well, not anymore. I'm like, just point and click. There you go. There it is. I built a machine to replicate me. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
That's so helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really like a good feeling for me to now have these tools for you guys. Because I've wanted you guys to have this power. I mean, I know how to do it and I've got that power, but it's not about me. It's about me wanting you to have the power. And now I've figured out how to give it to you. So I feel really good about that.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. I just started the ACT program, and then when I saw the avatar creation, I was like, oh dear.
Oh yeah. And how much easier is it to just use the build a buyer script?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's a complete game changer. I'm so glad you created this. I was so relieved. I must be really lucky having come in.
Oh yeah, you
after-
hit this at the right place at the right time, I'll tell you. Because I've been trying to get people to fill that form out for the last 5 years, and now you don't have to. So yeah, you're in the right place at the right time, Delilah.
Thank you.
You scored.
I did score for sure.
Yeah, Richard's over there thinking, God, I scored too. I've been waiting 10 years for this shit.
15, John, 15.
Oh, good. That's painful. Well, at least we got here, right?
Yeah, thankfully.
Technology has arrived. Technology has brought this to our doorstep. I bet Anthony, the Dark Knight there, I bet he's pretty excited about this new stuff too. I don't know if he's seen that yet. He might be in the sidelines. But anyway, I will let you guys go. Anything else before we wrap up? I know you guys have better things to do than listen to me babble. All right. Well, if we got it covered, let's continue this next week. Have fun with the tools. Go out there, segment the shit out of your markets, build your buyers, and let's see if we can make some money.
Let's do it. I love it. I can't wait to hear what everybody's going to come up with. This is going to be really exciting for us all. Great journey.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it too. All right, guys, have a great week, and we will see you next week.
Okie doke. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, John.
Bye-bye.